All right. This is my welcome page to my website. I started off with this photo of me because I thought that I should. Well, I mean, I'm wearing the business thing because I'm more than likely going to sign up to for the ambulance corps or maybe some research at Stony Brook, and this. And I felt like this should be one of the first images you see, but I also put a picture of the family at the bottom. This was kind of to make it more lighthearted because well, not lighthearted, but like lessen the atmosphere of business. I then talked about how I went from like elementary school to Clarkstown, and then I went from like high school to college, and then I talked about the clubs that I was in high school. I also talked about how I was in National Honor Society, and I talked about how I volunteered at two places and I was a lifeguard, and why I picked to be a pediatrician because that's kind of to show my future ambitions. But I do go into this into more detail, and also I didn't put any hobbies in here. That was because I thought that the first impression they would probably want to see more of like my credentials than my hobbies. I do talk about the hobbies in the about me. In the about me, this is me at work, so that I try to make it businessy, I guess. But I talk about how I like swimming. I used to be on a swimming team. I talk about how I used to be on the soccer team. But I also talk about how I like taking care of fish because, well, not a lot of people really have that as a hobby. I mean, I haven't been able to do it much since I was at college, but um, it's kind of just to show that I don't have like a cookie cutter personality, so that in the mind of like the interviewer or whoever would need to look at this for the things I previously mentioned, that it's so I stick out more. Um, I also talk about how I like taking photos. Well, not as like a job or anything, but just as a hobby. And then I have my resume where I talk I talk about just it's just the resume, but I do have my high school GPA in it instead of my college because I don't have a college one yet. So I also have the two places I volunteered at and my job, which was the lifeguard, which is right here. And the extracurriculars, this photo is super zoomed in because well, just like the previous lifeguard photo, because there were people in the background and I don't actually have many photos of me, especially in this one because this one was taken inside a courtroom, so we weren't actually allowed to take photos anywhere, and this was the one time they let us. I then talk about the how the library that I volunteered at. I also talk about the Englewood volunteering at, and then talk about the fish and birds. In the academic and working, I have me as a lifeguard because that was the job that I had, and I this is just me graduating from high school, and this is one kind of describing what National Honor Society was and that I graduated from it. None of these are hyperlinks, but they they're the LinkedIn, the Twitter, and my email, well, my business email. Thank you.